Hello, I'm Sean, and this is our land here in Mabe.
Hi, my name is Tessa, and I have 4 donkeys. I have some sheep. There are 3 boys over here. There's some chickens, and we have 3 pigs, and 17 ewes, and bees. I've always been animal mad. As a child I was animal mad, but we only had dogs, but I suppose I've had these animals about 15 years. I think it was always my husband's. He was always wanted to have sheep and pigs as well. So once we were able to have some land, we then acquired all the animals.
Animals are absolutely fantastic for your mental health and general well-being. I mean, we take the animals to events and people flock around them and want to engage, and particularly at the old people's home, people absolutely love it, and schools and churches. I think it's a really essential part of people's well-being, really, and it's the response and engagement we get from people is quite incredible. Quite a lot of the elderly people that we meet in care homes, you know, they remember quite nostalgically seeing donkeys on beaches and growing up in rural areas, seeing livestock, sheep, cattle, just roaming around, you know, in the roads and things. So quite often when we take our livestock to places, you can see it almost engaging, quite teary-eyed, and it's quite touching.
So every day, rain or shine, gale or wind, we have to get up really early in the morning and come up here and clean and feed all the animals. So you've got to clean the stables out, you've got to redo the straw and redo their food, you've got to make sure all the sheep are okay and the chickens, you've got to look after their welfare, make sure they're properly sheltered. With the donkeys, because they're basically a desert animal and their coats aren't waterproof, they need a really good bit of shelter, especially in the winter. So they're kept off all this wonderful green field all through the winter because the ground is too wet and it would rot their feet. That's important, and we have to be here first thing in the morning, and we have to be here at dusk. And dusk in winter is from about 2:30. In the summer we can come up here, you know, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. It's lovely. And certainly in the summer we spend a lot of time here. So there is a very clear routine with them. Sometimes it's quite a pain in the neck to have to come here twice a day, every single day. I love them very much. They give me a huge amount of joy, and it's really interesting with donkeys that I think you learn a lot of patience, and that not to rush things and just take things gently. They are very good for your mental health. They're very placid, gentle animals, and they're great to be around. The donkeys go to shows, they go to the Royal Cornwall Show. They're very popular for Palm Sunday, but especially they're very popular for Christmas events. And we dress them up and they go and help Santa, and the people just love them. I mean, luckily they like being petted as well. So it's, it gives people a lot of joy. Our sheep, we've got some very, very friendly sheep, and people are so surprised at how friendly they are, and they want a cuddle. We've got grandchildren and they love coming here, and with 2 of the donkeys especially, that's Muriel and Jessie, they can just jump on and off and clamber on and on the donkey. The donkeys are so good with them. And then even with the sheep, with the 2 boy sheep, they'll go and ride the sheep if they can catch them, but they're quite friendly, as you found out. They'll go over and pet those and they love it, and it gives them a huge amount of confidence as well. And also, because they're out in the open, the children can run and they can explore and they can discover nature. And the children from really early age, and this is from under 2, will learn how to climb over these gates. And that gives them a lot of confidence in their bodies. And yeah, it helps them an awful lot. There's been a huge amount of research on the benefits of being outside in nature for your mental health, and working around animals is certainly highly beneficial. And if people are struggling with anxiety or with problems, you know, it can help an awful lot by helping looking after animals, because they can't help themselves as well, so you've got to look after their needs. And it's so wonderful to see nature evolve as the moment, with spring coming. I get so much joy about seeing the emerging leaves and the growth of spring. And it's great here because we have the baby lambs that come, and they're such a joy. So I think it's a great benefit for people struggling for their mental health.
Speaking from a personal perspective, I've found livestock and being around livestock in nature absolutely amazing in terms of my mental well-being. And I would suggest that, you know, anybody that's struggling, it's good to just get out and engage in nature. And also you see livestock there. I mean, traditionally our industry was in wool. Here in Cornwall, it's always been about the wool industry. Not so much now because of imports and various other economic reasons, but the wool industry was so prevalent that many people worked in the agricultural industry, getting out and engaging in nature, and also coming and getting involved with livestock. And we get quite a few people visit us that absolutely adore donkeys and the sheep, and coming down to see the pigs, and it's just incredible that people come and enjoy that. And I think it's great for your mental health.